righty.
We're here.
Here we are.
We are finally here.
Sorry for the lateness from us today, guys. We just recorded so much content. We just spent the last 3 hours recording. Bunch of content for you today. A bunch of tier ranking videos on our redraft page. We ranked offenses for this year, and we just disagreed on so much. Yeah. So that went over a time, which is probably going to be fun for you guys to watch, us disagreeing. I know you guys probably enjoy that type of content if you're on our channel, because it happens a lot. Mm-hmm. That was fun video to make. That will be over on the redraft channel. And we talked about different strategies on videos that we made here for the Dynasty channel. Startup strategies, hybrid win now and futuristic, and talked about waiver wire pickups that you should be looking at. Anyway, so much content that we've been recording this morning, and I hope that you guys are going to love it. Mm-hmm. We have a mock draft today, but just before we get to the mock drafts, I wanted to say a huge thank you to all 40 people who are watching the stream. All 40 plus of you. It means a lot that you would spend your time hanging out with us here tonight. If you have yet to drop a like, can you help your boys out and drop the like, please? You like that? You can see Kirk Cousins behind the sub count. But anyway, if you like the channel, this is really the simplest way for you to support what we're doing. The reason we ask for likes is because that is a simple way for our channel to grow through the algorithm. So we appreciate your support. In case you guys are like, why are you guys always asking me to like the content? Like, can you guys just chill out? So hopefully that brings some understanding.
No, absolutely. I'm just reading through the comments. What's happening? Daniel, John, El Tigre, high dollar sign, Drusif, say what's up in the chat if you guys are here. All love, huge love. Crazy morning. Thank you for being patient. Sorry, we're nearly almost an hour plus late, but we've made it. We made it, and we're here. And as always, we are going to be doing a Dynasty SuperFlex startup draft, mock draft with you guys. So if you guys want to be part of that and you guys want to join that, if you're here for the first time, the link is in the description below to join our Discord. When you join our Discord, click on the subchecks channel that's called Dynasty Mock Drafts. Go there, and that's where I'll be posting the link. Let's just get it straight to the point. They've been waiting here. I don't want anyone else to wait. Once again, join our Discord, the link in the description. Dynasty Mock Draft tab. That's where we put the link to our mock drafts every single time. 3, 2, 1. Over 700 people in our Discord, and it's really exciting. Shout out to everyone that's part of that.
What's up, Chad? What's up, Kyle? El Tigre, that's we kind of do that for our channel. If people want to be a part of the conversation, they just have to subscribe, and then the chat will open. Kyle, what's up? He says, who overslept? Honestly, genuinely, none of us overslept. We just had so much content. We didn't expect it to go that long. Mm-hmm. Which is good. It's good. A lot of content for you guys coming out. What's up, Steven? It's going good, brother. How's it go for you? Badaki looks like he went to war. Kilo is tomorrow. That's right. We do have a real draft happening tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. That's why we don't record content on days that we have real drafts, because we cannot be late to a real draft. So we have the Kilo draft tomorrow, and I'm realizing I'm talking like I'm showing you guys the draft, but of course our dumbass big faces are still on the screen. So you can see this is the real draft that we're doing tomorrow. Shout out to everybody in the Kilo League. We will see you guys tomorrow for a real draft. And by the way, if you want to join our last Dynasty League that we have open, there are 2 spots left. There are only 2 spots left in the last Patreon Dynasty League that we're going to do this offseason. Check it out over on Patreon, patreon.com/fantasylandfam.
Yeah.
It is one of the perks. One of the perks of your monthly membership is playing in a Dynasty League with us. It is a way for you to support our show. Make sure you read through the tier entirely. Ask us any questions that you might have, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. Whoopsie says, always, can't wait for the 100-yard dash. What's up, Rai? Nathan says, "Hey, Badaki, want to switch? Just got 3 in my startup coming in a couple weeks. I think if you switch now, it might kick people out, unfortunately."
The next one, I can definitely, I won't be in the 3 spot.
Yeah.
So try next time you join in, which would be not tomorrow, but maybe the day after. You can definitely join. Sorry about that. Definitely have done it if I can guarantee me a spot.
Jeff says, "Do you guys do team reviews?" Yes. I mean, if you look at our channel, actually, we review a team every single week. So check that out on our page. What's up, Nathan? Welcome in. All right, guys. So we are doing a Dynasty SuperFlex mock draft.
That's
1
right, baby.
quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flexes, and a SuperFlex. 60 seconds to start, and then we'll get to 30 seconds later on in the draft.
Put us in.
So here we go. Rye goes Josh Allen at the 101. But how's everybody doing today? Anybody do anything crazy? Anything new?
Yeah, how was the weekend? You know, summertime over there in America. What you guys been doing? Any barbecues? Any parades or whatever? Is it parades? Well, what am I thinking? Parades, you know, block
I don't know.
parties.
I mean, I guess people could be going to parades. I'm not sure.
You can go to parades. You can go to block parties. You can go to you know,
you guys been going to parades?
Markets are pretty big, especially in New York. When you, I don't know, on the block, you know, you shut down the 5th Avenue. At least we always had this market, or this 5th Avenue market, and you just go and there's like, you know, deep fried Oreos or deep fried pickles, whatever you guys like, all that stuff.
Daniel says, "I like being away from people." I feel that. I feel like we talked about this on a different stream, but I feel like COVID made that more common for me to want to be away from people. Not that people did anything in particular, but I don't know. Okay, this would be awesome if at the 6th spot I could grab Joe Burrow. So
yeah, that's not
I'll
bad,
take him here. Let's see what happens, baby. UT says parades in US not where you want to be these days. Man,
right.
So sad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, we can't get into too many politics on the channel, but I'll say this: Australia kind of figured that out a while ago. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Loner lifestyle, Kyle says.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel you. Kyler Murray at the 1-7, then Chase and Justin Jefferson off the board. We've seen Jefferson go before Chase a couple times recently. It feels like that's always a pretty tight battle between Chase and Jefferson off the board there.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So, I mean, I feel like this is pretty normal outside of Jonathan Taylor going the 1-4.
Yeah. I thought that's the wrong thing at all. We just don't see it all that often.
No, yeah.
John says the subway in New York City might be the most annoying thing in the world. Did I tell you guys about my first experience in a New York City subway? Did I tell everyone about that?
He wants to jump in.
I don't think
Hey,
He'll just make a donation.
Hey,
Dogzo, thank you so much for the donation, brother. I appreciate you, my man. You didn't have to donate, but appreciate
awesome.
you. Thank you very much.
Man.
That's very kind of you. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, so my first subway trip. My brother lives in New York. He lives in Brooklyn. Now he doesn't. He lives in New York State. But anyway, when I visited my brother, he lived in Brooklyn. And I went out because I wanted to go to like the city, and he was working. Took the subway, and literally after the first stop, some guy walks in. It's a pretty crowded subway. I'm sitting beside someone. Well, we're all sitting beside someone. It's a subway. Anyway, great at telling stories. Here we go. So this guy walks in. Yeah, people are. You guys ever seen a subway before? People are like, get to the damn point.
That's funny.
Okay, so people are walking, through each side, and this one guy walks through, and he accidentally taps this other guy's shoulder as he walks through, and that guy goes, "You want to die today?" And he says some choice language that I can't say here on the stream, and I'm sitting right in front of it, and I'm like, I don't want to die today. I'm fine. And then and then the other guy who said, "You want to die today?" That guy's like, "Oh, you want to talk for real? You want to talk for real?" He pulls out a shiv, and I'm like, holy shit, someone could die today, and I don't want it to be me. The guy beside me just jumps up and runs to the opposite side of the subway, and I'm just sitting there froze. Like, I feel like I'm in a movie right now. I could die in the next 3 seconds. And he's like, basically saying, oh, what does he say? He says, oh, I means mine. I means mine. Pulls out his shiv. And then the guy's like, whoa, bro, whoa. It's not that big of a deal. He's like, that's right, motherfucker. You want to die today? You want to die today? And I was like, I don't want to die today. I'm fine. Like, that was my first experience. So.
That means mine. That means mine.
He said, I means mine. I means mine. I'm like, oh my God. Don't get on the subway ever again.
That's funny. I mean, that's super New York of people.
Yeah.
And I just next time just don't respond.
They call me a storyteller. Anyway, so CD Lamb at the 110 is pretty interesting, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't think we don't see that all that often.
No, we
going
don't.
that early.
I guess we're doing a little bit of different strategy. I think Nate wanted to know if it was tight end premium. It's not tight end premium, but you did take Kyle Pitts. If I'm assuming that's you at the 111, but that's still okay. Kyle Pitts, Jalen Hurts, I think is a great start. So CD, Pitts, Najee, Dak, Hurts, Javonte, Trey Lance, Russell Wilson, Breece Hall goes. Probably just got sniped from Zach there. Maybe he was going to go Breece Hall or not.
I still feel pretty confident in taking Matt Stafford here, to be honest. So Breece Hall would have been cool, but starting double QBs with both QBs that I love, not a bad start there.
Absolutely. Right.
What's up,
by
Dom?
the way, you're on auto draft and the board is coming back.
Yeah.
Coming back to you. So just make sure you toggle that off unless you have a queue already waiting. No pressure. What's happening, brother?
What's up, Dom? Welcome in, brother man.
That you?
Total Chad says, anyone else collect mascots from Sleeper? Actually, yes. And you know what's funny is anytime someone joins Sleeper, it doesn't really happen so much anymore, but probably about like 6 months ago when we first started doing this, 4 or 5 months ago when we first started doing this channel, when we would send out the mock draft links, some people would sign up to Sleeper through that link, and it would give me these little Sleeper cookies so I could buy a bunch of mascots. So yeah, I haven't been paying for that, but I have a bunch of mascots, which is good. How did it go, Jeff? Let us know how your Dynasty auction went. Yeah. Dogzo says, I just appreciate y'all, my favorite fantasy YouTubers. It's a pleasure to donate.
Oh, that's huge. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate you, man. That is very kind of you to say.
Gator fan, you guys taking one of these receivers before JT? Yes, I am taking Chase, Jefferson, and Lamb over JT.
I don't know about Lamb for me, but I definitely agree with Chase and Jefferson.
If the board falls, I think. Right, I guess at the 110 for sure. Maybe you take Jonathan Taylor at the 110 to the 112, and then CD Lamb at the turn there, and from the 2-1, maybe the 2-4.
I think that's where the turnover happens for me. I am going Chase and Jefferson over JT, but after that, I do think that's when I would take JT. And then between CD, Najee, Javonte, Swift, Breece, it's a harder conversation, I think. John says, took me 3 hours to go from Times Square to Brooklyn. Got on 4 different trains. It's a real place.
You took the F train going the wrong way.
Yes.
That's funny. I mean,
is it that hard to put up signs with directions? Yeah, and Google Maps is kind of buggy in New York too. Kyle says, can I do anything with Denzel Mims? Yeah, you know what you can do with Denzel Mims?
Just draw.
You can take a screenshot of it, make it your background, and then just draw with, on Photos app on iPhone, how you can draw on a photo. And you can just write, thanks for nothing. You can just draw that and make that your screensaver. That's probably the best thing you could do with Denzel Mims.
Just drop him. Okay, Justin Fields. Let me just make my pick here. All right, so I went Mark Andrews. I'll take Stephon Diggs here.
Okay.
I was hoping T. Higgins was gonna come to me at the end, at the turn there, but I'm still really okay with Stephon Diggs or T. Higgins. I guess they're really close to my rankings.
Yeah.
So
Dana says, one time I was visiting my ex in New York. All my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait. If you know, you know. We went to Dunkin' Donuts, and I opened the door for someone. My ex looked at me and said, why'd you do that? We don't do that here. You must be from the Midwest then, Daniel.
I'll be honest with you. We're going to New York at the end of this year with Ellen, and I'm
You're
not
nervous?
scared. I'm not scared for her. I'm just like,
You're nervous, though.
I think she's just really nice. She does the same thing, you know, like she opens the door, she says thank you. She says, I mean, she's just polite. She's a good person. And I'm not saying I'm a bad person, but in New York, you just don't.
No one said you're a bad person, bro.
No, I know, but like people in New York, people say like, you know, the rudest people in the world are from New York. It's just because you just don't respond to people. Because once you engage in a conversation or you say a word to somebody else, it's like it's like you know, like you want to get shanked. You want to die? You know, like it's quick.
You want to die today? No, I don't want not, sir.
It's
Me?
quick to turn.
You
It's
talking
quick
to me,
turn.
sir? No, I'm fine actually. I'd
Yeah.
like to live.
And I think the reason why he even said anything to you was because maybe you responded in a way.
No, he didn't say nothing to me.
Okay, maybe
He didn't
the
say
other guy
nothing. I was just
responded.
watching it, and in my head, I was thinking, no, I'm good. I'd like to live. Anyway, CMC AJ Brown goes to the 2-3 turn. We see Fields, then Diggs, Adams, Watson at the 3-5. I would love to get some sort of clarity on Deshaun. It'd be awesome to have that soon.
Yeah, it's gonna take
Tua
forever.
at the 3-7. Tua's a hard one to gauge on where you should draft him. Is a 3-7 too early? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I mean, there's some really good positional players on the board.
Yeah, I've always taken Tua in the fourth round, mid fourth, at the 4-6, 4-7. That's where I've got him before. I have taken, I think that feels really comfortable for me. But the 3-7, yeah, maybe he was worried for somebody else to come around or not to fall to him. So I can see the worry.
Tyler Beck says, been there, done that. The New York subway map looks like a plate of spaghetti. That's funny. El Tigre says, I bought the Goku one. Yeah, there's some pretty cool little bots on there. Jeff says, ended with Lamar, Deshaun Watson, T-Law, and Zach Wilson at quarterback. So I think it went well. Oh, my God.
For sure. Gosh.
How many quarterbacks are you starting? You got a lot of trade bait there. Hunter says, drafted in a startup with friends the other day and traded to get Herbie at the 105 and drafted Lamar with the 204. In a SuperFlex league, how is Lamar there at 204?
Yeah, I mean, how is Herbie falling to the 1-5? In my opinion, I mean,
yeah, actually true. Both things are.
I wonder.
You did really well, Hunter.
I wonder if someone took like a, Jonathan Taylor, Jamar Chase that early over one of those guys.
Probably. I bet you we saw JT could have been like second, first pick, and maybe Najee or Jamar Chase Jefferson jumped up.
Something like that.
What's up, Albert?
Albert? All love. Gosh, when I hear politics, people say thank you.
Politics. You said polite.
When I hear polite, excuse me. Oh, that's funny. I reach for my shiv. Sounds like Hideki slams the door on people. I just don't open the door.
Just rude.
I'll be honest with you.
You need some of that Midwestern hospitality.
And you know what's funny? Because my family came here. Because
thank you kindly.
The first time I saw my family was since I moved to Australia, was in 2017, right? So they came to my wedding. Obviously this past year, I just got married this past year. It's like, you got soft. Like, you're just so nice. Like, why are you being nice? Like what? Like, you don't respond to people like that. And I was like, what's so funny? I'll tell you a quick story.
Tell me what's so funny. We're going on a journey here.
Yeah, we went to the grounds of Alexandria, right? And I went with my mom, like with my parents, and we were in line. And you stand in line, right? But that line is also the same line that people have reservations. And then the person that was standing behind us had a reservation, but we didn't. But we were next up, right? We were next to wait for a table.
Yeah.
And then the lady comes up, he was like, I don't know, Billy, you really need to come up. And she calls Billy up. And then my mom was like quick to say, wait, but we were first online. And I was like, and I had to stop Mom. I was like, Mom, like we don't do that here. Like we're polite, like we wait and then we question, like that's at least that's how it is here. Like you see what happens and then you come back to it. Where in New York is like, nah, what the hell? I was here first. Why are you skipping the line now? Like it's all about time.
Right.
Anyways, I thought that was funny. But now apparently I'm soft. So
yeah, bro, you softened up. I was gonna say like get hard, but that's a different. We don't. Anyway, Dom says, I can't believe the things I've seen on the subway since I've been here. Someone pulled a gun on someone. It's dangerous.
Yeah, it happens.
Man. Dangerous.
America.
Gator says, out of curiosity, why do you guys like to take one of those receivers before JT when running backs are generally more scarce? I just think that running backs, it is the most injured position in the NFL. Longevity of running backs typically very questionable. They typically have more career-ending injuries than wide receivers. Wide receivers can play, at an elite level. I mean, some in like 31, 32. It's pretty rare to see a running back being a solidified guy, workhorse at the age of, 28 and older. There definitely are those running backs in the NFL. But I think if I'm building a dynasty team, I just prefer to bet on those elite guys long term. Not that it's the right or the wrong way, but just with Chase and Jefferson, I prefer to build my teams around them a little bit more.
I completely agree. Just the longevity of the position, I think it's really, really important.
Apparently I sniped him.
Yeah, he sniped him. Nate, my team's so colorful. It's funny.
Pretty sure he's at the 11 spot.
Yeah.
Building a...
Hits, Hurts, Mixon, Drake. Not bad.
Yeah.
We'll see how that quarterback turns out.
Hunter says Josh Allen. This is how the board went apparently. Josh Allen, JT, Jamar, Patty, Herbert. Wow. So Najee, Cup. Wow. Eckler went ahead of Lamar.
Wait, Allen.
Interesting.
JT,
Very interesting.
Lamar, Patty, Herbie. Wow. Yeah, that's tough.
Very interesting.
Not tough, but interesting.
Opening a door for someone does not make you soft.
Yeah, tell it to my mother.
Tyler Beck says, I have 10 team, 1 quarterback startup this week. I have the 105, 203, and 308 to start out. Thinking about going CD over Pitts so I can hopefully take Brees or Andrews with the 13th pick. Realistic or no? Really depends on how the board falls. I mean,
Exactly.
in a lot of these other leagues, like Hunter just said, I mean, so unpredictable. I would say in a 1 quarterback league, it's probably going to be even more unpredictable. But the way I would approach it is probably best player available in that scenario. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to know what your teammates are going to do unless you draft with them a lot,
Yeah, I think, especially in a 10-man league, you might have the opportunity to get these guys with a lot more ease.
Yeah.
But I guess it really depends how it falls.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Jameis Winston just went at the 5-4.
Oh shit! I did not see that. Over a lot of people, which is someone like a Tom Brady, a Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, even Kenny Pickett. I guess he's doing a win now-ish team. I mean, he does have Zach Wilson.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused by this because we have win now positional players, but we're drafting interesting quarterbacks for the strategy. Wouldn't you feel like Aaron Rodgers, like Kirk Cousins or Tom Brady would be better for the strat? I don't know. Maybe we're trying something. I don't know.
Nah, trucks. Maybe. Very interesting.
Give me Traylon. Welcome to the squad, brother man. It's interesting. I'm curious if HD's got a plan here.
He'll probably respond in the chat here.
ATJ, usually the ones doing the majority of the talking, be soft like Charmin.
That's funny.
Jimmy G to Seattle. I've heard a little bit of the rumors.
It will be interesting. I think that's the only, that's the only landing spot.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Where else can he go? Unless he goes to somewhere like to the Browns, but I'm not sure. That's the thing. Like, you're trading. First of all, Jimmy G to Seattle is within the division, so I find that really hard. 1, 2, Jimmy G to the Browns. I would personally like that, and I think I'll be a lot more confident in those positions, all those talented players overall, like a Kareem, like a Cooper, David Njoku, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, there's no other teams I can think of. He can think of where he can go, in my opinion.
Yeah.
unless somebody gets hurt, unless like one of
Well,
these
if Baker
top
Mayfield went for a 5th, I think that probably lowers Jimmy G's value. I think that's what stopped a lot of people from trading for him. I think the Niners wanted like a 2nd-round pick, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
So
the only other way I see him
changes.
The only other way I see him going on a team is if a top guy gets hurt, like tears an ACL or hurts their shoulder and out for like multiple weeks. Like that's the only way I can see him playing this year. We'll see.
Yeah, true. Frank Gore definitely had the longevity. Hunter says, I'm not complaining. I don't need to touch quarterbacks for a while. Yes, Winston. Very early for Winston. I'm curious if we'll hear reasons as to why. Like if you're a Jameis Winston guy, surely he's there at the 6'9" or 7'4". You know, I don't know. I could be wrong though. Gator says, I kind of feel bad about taking Mike Evans this early, but I thought it may be too early for Wilson or Burks. Well, depends on your strategy, really.
Yeah, you have to remember you're on the edge as well here, Gator. So like sometimes being on the edge, you have to get those guys. It may feel a little bit early. Like Burks went 4 spots after. Garrett Wilson a little bit later in 8 spots. But if you know if that's your guy and the strategy that you want to build, and someone like Garrett Wilson or Treylon Burks is there and they're in your rankings, take him. You know, because like the team construction here, it's kind of now it's going a little bit hybrid where like the first 3 picks were good. Not saying Dalvin and Mike Evans aren't, but like you had a clear vision there, and then it went to Dalvin, which kind of skews it a little bit. Like you could have taken Cam Akers if you wanted, or you could have taken a younger running back like a Gibson, a Ken, Monty, et cetera. But I'm not saying they're bad picks, just saying if you wanted to have a clear vision or a hybrid type of team.
Yeah. Bleacher Report just posted that Seattle had inquired. Let's see what happens.
Interesting.
If he gets sent to Carolina, that would be an absolute meme. UT says, if you're going to take Cook and Evans, try to win now. I'd take Diggs over Fields and then get Rodgers, Brady, Kirk. Yeah, not a bad thought. Josh says, I got offered Herbert and Mike Will for Lance and Debo, 10-team SuperFlex. Which stack are you going to take? Herbert and Mike Williams or Lance and Debo? So the hard part of this really isn't Lance for me. It's that Debo is someone I question in Dynasty still. And I know a lot of people don't question Debo in Dynasty, but if I'm going to go from Lance to Herbert, I think I need more than just Lance and Debo. And this may be a difference in opinion on how people view Debo, but I'm still slightly worried about having Debo in Dynasty. I mean, we've only really seen one healthy season. He doesn't want to play in that role where he was successful. So I still have my reservations around Debo. That's what makes it really tough for me, not Lance.
No, for sure. And I see the same thing, like the exact same thing that you just said about Debo is the same way I feel about Mike.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
It's I feel like they're really kind of identical, their pathway, you know, really talented guys.
Not as players, but
not as players, but the way how they became fantasy relevant.
Yeah.
They were always a talented player that could be fantasy relevant, but struggled with injuries. Both had breakout years. Are they going to revert back to being those injury prone quote guys? And I think that's what's really hard. And if I had to go, I would definitely go Herbie and Mike Williams. 1, because of the stack, and 2, because Herbert solidified. I think it's guaranteed he's going to be here for the next 10 plus years, where Trey Lance, there still could be an out, oddly enough, you know, not saying he's not going to be successful, but
yeah, I believe in Trey Lance wholeheartedly. He's not my worry. It's just the Debo side. And you're right. There's less worries with Justin Herbert. So I think Herbert's the answer for me there.
Russell
Wilson in the house, homie.
What's happening, MP? How's everything, man?
Can we get some Russell Wilsons in the chat, please? That would be great. Thank you very much.
You ready for isn't it the game this week? Is there a
game this week?
No, not the game.
Talking about Origin?
Yeah, State of Origin is this week, I'm pretty sure.
State of Origin.
I think it's if you guys don't know what State of Origin is, it's basically 2 states in Australia, which is New South Wales and Queensland. They call them Maroons and the Blues.
The Maroons up, the Maroons, brother.
The Maroons, bye.
I might get a pack of VB in ya.
VB if I can talk. They basically go head to head, and it's like, who's better? You know, it's like, I guess it's like I I guess think of it.
Hard to
Think of
describe.
it. Maybe think of it as like the NBA like playoff when it's like the East and the West potentially. But even though they're not the East and the West because Queensland is like up and down. I don't know.
I feel like it's the better way for America to understand it is like almost like a college football rivalry game.
Right.
That's what the vibes feel more like to me than playoffs. It definitely doesn't feel like NFL, but you know what I mean? Kind of has like that college football. Each state kind of backs its state.
Yeah.
Up the Blues, mate. Up the bloody Blues.
State of origin. Let's go New South Wales all day. Love that.
John Herbert says, "Is it bad every time I see Jay Williams from Detroit, I think of Jamal?" Yeah, that's why they added full names on Sleeper now. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
What do you mean?
ATJ says no Chubb in the 7th today. Yeah, in our most recent draft, I was able to take Chubb at the 7-11 here, which was crazy.
What do you mean that they have full names in Sleeper now?
So if you open up the Sleeper app and you look at your team, it used to just be the first initial and the last name.
Oh.
Go to team, and then you'll see your starters, right? And you can move players around. It's now their full names. It used to be just their initial and their last name.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was a long time ago, though. But anyway.
Right, it is.
The Kyler Woods stack is a deep value. Yes, I do like the Kyler Hollywood stack. 58 days till kickoff, baby. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. And training camp starts next week, I think.
Yeah.
No,
Chase,
2 weeks. 27th.
Chase is really liking T Gray's team here. ATJ says, what's the earliest you guys would be willing to trade Pickett if rebuilding? The earliest you'd be willing to trade Pickett, as in
willing to take Pickett if rebuilding, like in a dynasty startup.
Right.
I think the 6th year feels comfortable.
Feels comfy, yeah.
I think the way I see it, I guess it depends on how the board falls but I think once Kirk Cousins and Tom Brady's off the board and Pickett's still available, I think that's my cue, because that's when kind of the board really starts to drop and the quarterback is like, it's kind of scarce. So you kind of want to solidify him before those guys go, once those guys goes off the board.
Yeah.
That's how I
I would say at this point as well, it's a really good time to be drafting if you want to grab Kenny Pickett, because I think you can actually even maybe let him slip into the 7th. It's risky, but I think he's in the 7th round for a lot of people's leagues. But maybe the 6th would be like where you have to secure him. But because of the reports of Mitch Trubisky being the starter, I don't see a scenario in which Kenny Pickett doesn't get a chance this year. But he probably isn't going to be reliable this year.
Yeah. In our Kilo League, Kenny Pickett went in the 7-4. Sorry, in our Juliet League, excuse me. He went in the 7-4.
Right.
And obviously that, someone like a Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady were already off the board. Kenny Pickett was the next quarterback to go, and then there was a drop in quarterbacks with Ryan Tannehill going at the 9. So I think that's pretty fair. Let's check one more league. I'll check India just in case to see if there's a massive difference. But I think the 6th and the 7th feels really comfortable.
I tend to agree. Yeah.
Kenny Pickett here went at the 7-10. So in our India league. So 7 or 6, I guess you can say.
I would say 6 if you want to lock him up. 7th is you're playing a risky game. After this pick, I'm going to change it to 30 seconds. Just so Dallas knows. John says, okay, so ATJ is going after Pickett.
Yeah.
Good draft tomorrow we got. Good draft.
Yeah, I'm excited. The 1-3, I mean, look at my team. If I can get this is nice.
Squad.
What?
Squad.
Oh, squad.
Ruff. You're dealing with me, Ruff.
What's happening in the anyone going to like events like concerts? There's not really any games. I guess baseball's happening, isn't it? Baseball's happening. Anyone going to baseball games? Baseball games in the summertime is just a vibe. I think.
What are we talking about?
No, I'm asking the community.
Oh, okay. Is anybody going to baseball games?
You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. I was just like, what's people been doing? Like, is there concerts that they're going to? Baseball games? Any sporting? And then I was like, is there any sporting events people are going to?
You guys watching Little League? What have you guys been up to?
Bro, don't sleep on the Little League World Series. I miss ESPN. I miss ESPN because of that. They used to I used to put that on all the time.
You liked watching the Little League World Series. By the way, are you uploading your videos to the drive?
Yeah, they're going into the folder.
Oh.
I would say you should upload your videos into the folder.
Well, they're already uploading in a different one. I'll do it next time.
Okay.
So, what is your start from? 92 to what?
1 second.
I wish I was downloading these the entire time.
Mine's at 90 to 97.
90 to 97. Okay.
Yeah. So wait, where's yours at?
They're just gonna go on the main page, but none of them have uploaded yet.
Okay. Shit, I'm on the clock. Okay, no. Chase says that seems beautiful. Thank you so much. Daniel says going to LA to see my Dodgers in August.
Let's go.
UT, there's a 2-week music festival where I live in Canada, going every other night this week. Music festivals are so interesting. I always
who's he going to see? Like, I want to know who's the main artist.
Yeah, what's the lineup? Or tell me what festival, and then we can look at the lineups, I guess. Josh is going to Angels versus Dodgers tomorrow night. Battle of LA there.
Love that.
My friend is a massive
Angels is more OC,
Angels fan.
but yeah.
Oh, is it?
Angels is more OC area, yeah.
Okay.
And people who don't live in that area think that OC and LA are super close, but they're really not. Like, traffic-wise, it probably would take you about 2 hours to get from OC to LA. I mean, sometimes it would take me 3 hours if the traffic was bad. It's rough, man. Rough. John says, I'm trying to go to an Atlanta United game. Soccer is big here, and the atmosphere is from what he's heard. Yeah, I've seen some videos going around the old social media.
That's cool,
oh my god.
Apparently MLS is getting big in America too.
Yeah, bro, don't sleep on the MLS.
People love MLS, man. Like,
well, Gareth Bale just joined the MLS. Let's
no
go.
idea who that is. No idea.
He's washed, but he used to be a really, really good player for Real Madrid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know like a couple friends back in America that they always post, at least on Instagram, they always post they're going to like the Orlando team. They're like purple. I don't know the team name, but
go the purple team. Go purple team.
They have a purple jersey, so.
The purple team. I don't know. Don't know enough about MLS. All I know is I used to go to Sporting KC games all the time, and it was a vibe. UT says not a huge festival by any means, but it's called Blues Fest in Ottawa, Canada. Mostly excited for 3 days, grace and rage against the machine. Blues Fest. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's look it up. The Blues Festival. Blues Fest, Canada.
Blues Fest.
Right. Is this like a I'm assuming this is like it's like a rock or country.
I think I might even go on a limb and say it might be about blues.
Or blues, duh. Blues Fest, you freaking. I was gonna say the word that you can't say anymore because it's not politically correct.
Oh, Marshmallow's there though. That's definitely not blues. Rage Against the Machine's definitely not blues either, is it? Ja Rule's definitely not blues.
Ja Rule, hey, there's some throwbacks. Take Zeke here, I guess.
I love it. Looks like a vibe.
Wait, Ja Rule's definitely not there.
John,
I was thinking of you said Ja Rule, and I was like, no, he died, but that's
what?
Somebody else died that reminds me. DMX died. DMX died recently, like the past couple years.
What are we even talking about right now? Okay, Allen Robinson's gone, but welcome Brandon Cooks to the squad.
All genres of music.
Squad!
Just a name. Chattahoochee. John's coming on Saturday with TLC and Bone Thugs. Dang, UT going. This is like a throwback festival. They got a little playlist too that you can listen to. Listen to the official Spotify
Going out to the
playlist.
Blues Fest out in the Chattahoochee.
Oh, that's what's up.
Where would the world be without my baby? Where y'all from? We are from... So we're both Americans. I'm from Kansas City, LA, whatever. That area. I've been in different places. But Aki's from New York. But we both live in Sydney, Australia, mate.
Oh, beautiful.
Both
Sydney,
living
Australia.
down in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, yeah,
Beautiful beaches.
Good
Terrible
kangaroos.
accents that we try and match. But that's where we're living right now. Both of our misses, our wifeys, are Australians. As we see Mike Williams, George Pickens, Brandon Ayuk, Rashad White off the board. Who's the biggest sleeper of 2022? I think there's a lot of candidates, but I think Russell Gage personally. If we're talking like redraft specifically or like this year specifically, I would say Russell Gage. Russell Gage would be the biggest sleeper of this year. I've talked about that in a couple different videos, but I don't know how long Godwin's going to be out for. Regardless, Tom Brady last year led the league in passing yards, attempts, touchdowns. He made 3 wide receivers top 12 in points per game, in Evans, Godwin, and AB. Obviously, they didn't finish top 12, but in points per game. Gronk, when he was healthy, was a top 3 tight end. So I think Gage is going to have a huge role there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Yeah, there's so many definitions of sleepers. Hey, like, I think of someone like an Alan Lazard. I mean, the guy I always go towards, and I think it's kind of hard for people to see. It's just Devonta Smith. I don't think a lot of people believe in him and what's going to be happening in Philly, but I don't know if I would really consider him a sleeper. Yeah.
Why did I make that
probably.
pick? Why did I make that pick? Anyway. Yeah, let's see what happens. John Herbert says I met DMX at a club in Atlanta a month before everything went down. GG's.
Oh, damn.
Gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Justin
Can't
Ross
talk
looked
about
good
women
as
like
hell.
that. What did we say? Did we say something wrong?
Said no one ever bring AP. It's Pity City. Said no one ever, gosh.
DJ Moore, probably. Hey, DJ. Bring him back. Bring him back to the Pity City. Oh
Bring
my
him
gosh,
back,
that wide
bring him
receiver
back.
room would be even more crowded, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be terrible. It would be absolutely terrible. Anyone watch Love Island? I'm addicted.
I've watched one season, but there's just too much. Too much happening.
Someone say not enough happening.
Who would say that?
I would say
Some.
that.
Some.
So is your video file just like one massive file?
No, it's a bunch of different files, brother.
Because I'm downloading one and it says 7 gigs. What the hell? Oh, that's your audio. Well, it's
What are you
taking
talking
6
about?
hours. It's saying 7 gigs for 6 hours. No, that's MP4.
I don't have my audio up there, bro.
No, sorry. There's a video that's yours that says Zach's and it has a date.
Yeah.
It says MP4.
Yep.
You just right click and press download. Is that what you do?
Yeah. This
You
is what I'm
do-
telling you. Stuff takes forever sometimes for some reason.
Can't scan files for viruses. Is that what it says?
You just
Yeah,
download
this-
anyway.
This video is 7 gigs. How long
I don't
is,
think it's 7 gigs, bro.
How big is my videos usually?
This video is, yeah, it's 7 gigs.
It's saying 8 hours.
Jeez.
Okay. Well,
just try and see how long it will take.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Karen says, "No, you said we have beautiful beaches, but it sounded like something else, right?" Gotcha. Brandon says, "Got the DD stack. Dak to Dalton. Love it. The Dak to Dalton Schultz." Damn it. See, Jahan Dotson is who I should have drafted. That's why when I drafted Dameon Pierce, I said, damn it, because I just think that's such a dumb move for me to take Pierce over Dotson. I just wasn't thinking. Contract talks are back on. Let's see what happens, Brandon. Let's see if they get him back there. If they can get him to a long-term deal. Be good for the team. Be good for him. I think he's better off playing on the franchise tag this year and then trying to get a bag next year. But let's see. He probably wants his guaranteed money under, which is understandable.
Probably.
Okay, Alec Pierce goes off the board. I'll grab my third quarterback here. I mean, I don't really draft Ryan Tannehill all that much, but I'll take him this late. Y'all hear about them females in New York trashing a restaurant over 1.75
like
for extra.
Cents.
So that's like what they trashed the restaurant for. Well, let me tell you what. If they came to Australia, they would hate it because you have to pay for all the sauces. Oh, you want sauce? Yeah, that's 50 cents.
Yeah,
what do you? I just ordered chicken nuggets. Thank you. That's 50 cents.
I'll be honest with you. I think.
Well, actually, McDonald's doesn't, but KFC does.
Nah, McDonald's used to though. Like when I first moved here, they used to, but I don't think they do it anymore because
every other place outside of McDonald's charges for sauce.
Yeah, I went to McDonald's probably like a week ago, and I went to get some extra sauce, and they just do like 4 in there. I was like, oh shit. I was like, wow, this is really generous. Yeah.
Yeah. $25,000 in damages. Oh my gosh. That's why you just gotta chuck up a big old GG's in the chat. Am I right?
Fat GG's, brother.
Hey guys, 3 likes away from 50. If you could help us get there, that would be incredible. 3 likes away from 50. Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible. Did I just get auto pick?
You're not even no,
somebody
on the board.
got auto. I just heard the. That's why I was like, wondering. See, when I can't stop there. Okay, let me just cancel these and see if it works. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on with this video. It shouldn't take 7 hours.
No.
Might have to get you to re-upload it, I guess. But maybe it's because I'm uploading videos as well. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. So I might wait because my videos are almost done, and if not, then I'll just.
It could be. I mean, my upload says I have 2 hours and 50 minutes left to upload my videos to you.
Damn.
So I don't know how it's gonna work.
See, so which Incredible movie do you like better? I like the first one better. The second one was cool, but I don't think it was enough. I really wanted them to showcase like the kids' talent more, because like you saw a little bit of a.
Sorry.
Did that sound weird? Sorry.
It's just. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, it's just weird.
You know what I mean, like in the movie, you know?
Yeah. Right.
But I guess they kind of showed it in the first one. I was really hoping for like Jack to be a big part of it, but he really wasn't.
Oh, fucking Jack.
Which was the baby. I mean, the movie took 10 years to make after. You telling me Jack didn't grow?
Yeah. What the hell, guys?
My guy was like a couple months older. Make him like 3 or 4, something.
Make me like Mike.
I wanna be like Mike.
Wandale off the board.
Give it to Wandale Robinson, huh? Back and forth, I'm exhausted. Not often.
This is incredible. Are people dropping Dotson lower because of the Terry signing? Maybe, but I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't grab him in the 10th round. That's so dumb that I went Dameon Pierce.
I didn't even realize he was available, to be honest.
What do you think I have to pair with Nick Chubb to swing a young stud wide receiver plus a 23 first? Plus a 23 first? I don't know. I don't think you're getting... I mean, I think you can get a 23 first for Chubb. I just don't think you can get a stud wide receiver as well.
So Nick Chubb currently RB12 amongst the receivers. So if you want a 23 first...
I think you're like a 23 first is probably even value for Chubb.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a young stud and a first. I think you got to choose a first or a valuable wide receiver.
Maybe if you're doing like a second, and with that, then you can get like. So if you got Nick Chubb, you threw in a 23 second. Maybe you can get someone like I'm even thinking that's probably low. That's like it probably sucks for the other team, but I'm thinking someone like a Mooney, Tony, but I don't think that other person would do that personally. Just trying to think of other people.
Yeah, I just don't think that you're going to be able to get the kind of value that you want there if you're wanting a first and a stud wide receiver. So yeah. That's tough. But yeah, I mean, right now, I guess in our format, SuperFlex, I don't know if maybe in a one quarterback he becomes more valuable, potentially, probably. But even then, I don't think even in a one quarterback you're going to get a 23 first and a stud. But I mean, I would say guys that you could potentially look at trading for. It depends on the league, but if you want a wide receiver, like Mike Evans comes to mind if you're still trying to win now. Terry maybe. It depends on what your league views Nick Chubb. Some people are really high on him, so like a Tyreek.
Oh, come on, dude.
You got other guys like Godwin you can maybe look at, or if you want young, you can go Jameson, Jerry Jeudy. You could probably get more than just Nick Chubb. Hollywood's not a bad guy to target. Like, could you maybe try a second in Hollywood? I think it gets rejected, but that's worth looking at.
Yeah, I think it is tough. Yeah, maybe try to look for the straight swap. But we gotta wait and see what that looks like for you. RB12, that's a problem.
But there are leagues out there though that just put too much value on running backs in Dynasty. So there could be potential out there. I just don't know. I wouldn't anticipate it too much. We got to 50 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Huge love, man. Thank you guys so much. We're getting close and close to the season. We're getting really excited. What was it? 58 days until kickoff. Just under 2 weeks for training camp. We're going to see reports. We're going to be pumping out content. We're going to be going live. We're going to be doing start sits. We're going to be doing waiver wire stuff.
Last round here, by the way.
There's so much stuff we're going to be doing moving forward. I mean,
14's the last round.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm just saying, like, I'm just excited. Like, I think we all are excited.
Yeah. This
off season felt like the longest off season ever, but just like any other off season.
Yeah. For sure.
Hey TJ, if Watson is suspended for the year, would you guys value Chubb a lot more for win now teams? You know, me personally, I'm on the opposite side of Nick Chubb still having significant value. I think he will be valuable. I don't know if he, in my opinion, will finish as a top 10, top 8 guy again. And maybe that's too, maybe, you know, I just think this offense is really going to struggle at every turn if Jacoby Brissett is that quarterback. If they get Jimmy G, completely different, you know, understanding, completely different conversation. But for me, I think like without Deshaun even without Baker, this team is going to struggle. And I think they're going to struggle at every point, you know. Njoku, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, everyone's going to struggle. I just don't know who to choose. It's really hard for me, to be completely honest.
Noah Fant, 14-10.
Yeah.
All right. And that is the draft, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to everybody. I think everybody did a really good job. We are going to do a redraft mock now. So if you'd like to join us, then let me paste that link here if you guys want to join us for a SuperFlex redraft mock draft. Here it is. It's on our redraft channel. So I'm going to paste this link in the chat here, and we're going to go live there in just a couple minutes. So if you'd like to join us, then feel free to come over and join. High Dollar says Winston makes the team. Y'all tripping? I don't know. I feel like you could have got him so much later, but I think you know that. I don't know. It depends on the league. Maybe it depends on the league. Who knows?
I actually believe he'll make the team. He is the starting quarterback. I just don't think that.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's not saying that Winston's going to make the team. I think we all agree on that. I think he's saying his team. Winston makes his team.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
Anyway, guys, feel free to join us over here on the redraft channel. We will see you there. Come hang out. Keep talking football. Keep talking fantasy. You can open that tab now. We'll see you there in about 5 minutes.